fellow YouTube fans, it's that time of day where I sing and you listen. Now this next song is called The Car Crash. Hope you enjoy. Staring at the black painted walls as the shadows cast over the hearts and wondering why I lived in this world. And the figments of my imagination float down the dreary road and the streetlights fade out, turning the whole world black. And as I sit at home alone, watching helicopters fly into the ozone, I wonder what would have happened if I had left this place. And as I remember what I have done, to be thrown in a world almost gone, I realize now why disappointed you. And if I cry, and if I lie, and if I die, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do to me? I still remember leaving a home and I walked down the street all alone, and I wish I was with you in the world of love and peace. But instead you threw me on my head and I was thrown into a world of dread, and this is where I plan to live my life. There's a difference between heaven and hell. One world is hell and the other one's swell. And I hope that death soon overcomes me. And if I cry, and if I lie, and if I die, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do to me? But the incident that threw us our separate ways was the crash on the left lane, and how I ignored you when you told me to turn right. So I instead turned left and crashed into a truck a meter ahead, and that's how I both killed us that day. And in our different worlds is where we'll stay. That's where we'll stay. And if I cry, and if I lie, and if I die, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do to me? If the world is always if I could do this, it would have changed our life around. But the ifs don't matter anymore. For what happened now, they can't change the things that happened before. And sadly this was how it was meant to be. I never wanted it to be this way. No, no, I never wanted it to be this way. And if I cry, and if I lie, and if I die, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do to me? And if I cry, and if I lie, and if I die, what would you do? 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 What what would you do? What would you do to me? Thank you very much, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye!